Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So as you know, I normally play The Sims in a let's play sort of style. A lot of my videos are simply just playing the game, playing with my households, playing challenges. But today I'm going to be starting something that I've wanted to do for a long time. So for the longest time, I've wanted to create my own save file in The Sims 4. Basically a kind of forever save file, I guess. But I've kept putting it off because I worry that I'll get burnt out quickly and give up with it very early on. So I've just never really committed to it. But recently I saw Miss Lollipop_Sims start her forever save file, and it really inspired me to just commit to it and start it. It's going to take me a long time. A long time, because I plan on rebuilding every single lot in the game, remaking every single sim, creating lore. I'm kind of excited to have like a really long project that's going to be really cool when it's over, because even once everything has been done, it's still, you know, going to be fun as then I get to play it. I'm planning on playing rotationally in this save file, which would be really fun. I wanted to do that anyway, so I thought making my own save file, make it a bit more personalized to me, which I thought would be pretty fun. So yeah, I'm very inspired by Miss Lollipop_Sims. A lot of people have made their own save files, I understand that, but I watched her video and I was like, oh, I need to do this. Like, I've been wanting to do this for so long, let's just finally do it. Unfortunately, this beautiful girl here is just a placeholder sim. She's very cute, don't get me wrong, but maybe she'll appear in the world somewhere, but not right now. She's just here to help me with some settings that I'm going to be adding into my game. So let's begin with the whole setup of this save file. But before we do begin, make sure to check me out on my other socials if you would like. They are on the screen now. And also go and subscribe to my boyfriend's channel. His link will be the first one in the description. I'm going to show you what I've got planned for Willow Creek. As like I said, I plan on remaking basically every Sims town, which is going to take so long, but I'm excited. Okay, so this here is my save file spreadsheet on Google Docs. This was made by Rosanna TXT. I did not create this. I am not talented enough. I don't know how to use Google Sheets or Excel or anything like that. Don't be fooled, I did not make this. But it's been very helpful for some planning, so I very much appreciate that. So I do have a couple builds that are planned out that I'm planning on doing like first, I guess. But also here I have a map that I've created, so let me just show you this real quick. I don't know why it is such poor quality. I'm so sorry about that. Please just ignore that. You can still read it luckily. Okay, so here I have marked out each kind of district of Willow Creek. So we have Sage Estates, Pendula View, Courtyard Lane, Foundry Cove and Crawdad Quarter. So over here in Foundry Cove we have 5 different lots. And I've made like a rule for myself to keep all of the EA created households in my worlds. Obviously, if there are some that I like actively hate and really want to get rid of, then I will. Like, it's my save file, I can do what I want. But generally, I would quite like to keep them because I am actually quite fond of a lot of the Sims 4 NPCs. I just think they're funny and iconic. So we found your cove, we're keeping the BFFs. But I'm planning on making this into like a 3-lot residential for each of the Sims, if that makes sense. And they're going to be kind of like apartment flat type things. And we then have 2 houses here and another house here and a daycare right at the end of this like strip. It's going to be like a very small rundown daycare. I already have this like all planned out. I have the lore planned out. I have the characters that are going to live here planned out. Okay, over in Courtyard Lane, we of course have the pancakes. They are not going anywhere. They are iconic, maybe infamous, maybe I know a lot of people just don't like Eliza, but I think she's hilarious, so she will be staying and I'll be renovating their house to make it a bit more, I know, just to give it a bit more story and personality, because right now it is very boring. We then have 3 more houses which I will decorate, and then we have a small playground here, as this is going to be kind of like a family district. Like, the pancakes obviously don't have children, but they are a married couple, you know. So, and then these 3 are going to be like really like quite big family houses. So I'm going to have a small playground here for like toddlers and children to play at, which I think would be good. Then over here we of course have where the goths live. So this is going to be like a rich area. I think would be pretty cool. So everyone here is going to be pretty rich. And then I also have this church/cemetery. The reason I wanted to add this so bad was because my thought process was, obviously we're keeping the goth lore. I'm also going to incorporate some of the Sims 2 and 3 Bella Goth lore into the Sims 4 that just doesn't exist. So we're going to have some like mystery stuff going on with Bella Goth, you know. If you know, you know. I'm going to incorporate all of that. But something I'm going to add in is the fact they own this church and cemetery across the road. Something very on the line with the Gothic aesthetic is obviously crosses, churches, kind of biblical imagery in a Gothic sense. So I think it would just really match for the goths to own their own church and cemetery. Also, cool place for sims in this area to get married or be buried, kind of morbid, but you know, a lot of people do get married in churches and like chapels and things like that, so I thought it'd be cool to have one in this place. In these two houses, obviously they're just gonna be huge mansions. One of them though, I am planning on having like a really prestigious family, kind of similarly to the goths. Okay, over here we have the Spencer Kims. They are staying. I'm thinking of having them have like some sort of rivalry with like the prestigious family I add in over here for like whatever reason. I don't know yet. I've not fully planned that out. And here is gonna be a primary school. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it as a primary school or just make it like a high school lot or like a school in general. I'm not sure yet. Basically, I wanted it to be like a school because my idea for Willow Creek is that it's like a family place. Like, you move here if you're gonna have a family. If you're planning on having babies, you're planning on getting married, this is like the ideal place to live because there's like good schools, there's good parks, there's good playgrounds. Like, it's ideal for families to live in. So I wanted to have some sort of school. I wanted to do primary school because I feel like if you're gonna move here to have younger kids, it's easier to take your little kids, like children, to school if they're in the same town than it would be if their school was in a different town. With teenagers, they usually make their own way to school, so it's not a big deal if like there's no high school in the town. So that was the kind of the idea behind making a primary school. If you're not British, by the way, primary school is like ages like 4 to 11-ish. So I guess it's like elementary in like America, things like that. So that's kind of the vibe I was going for, but I'm not sure yet. That's not set in stone. Okay, then over here is like the community area. So we have a community park. Not really sure what I'm going to make in here that's going to be different to the park that's already in Willow Creek, to be honest with you. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe my creativity will just like flow and be incredible, but I don't know. I doubt it. We then have 4 little lots here. We have a bar and grill. I wanted to make like kind of like American like smokehouse themed bar type of thing. I feel like that's a good like family restaurant. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you get your ribs, you get your smoked chicken. It's just like a very fun like family meal day out type of place. Thought it'd be cute. And then have a repair store. This is meant to be like the one guy in your town that knows how to fix everything. Like, oh, your phone's broken, take it to the guy at the repair store. Your car's broken, take it to the guy at the repair store. Your radio is broken, take it to the guy at the repair store. I feel like it's kind of iconic and fits in with like the family town vibe, you know. We then have a library because, again, schools, family, just helpful if there's an easy place to access books and information that isn't just your computer. Especially helpful if you live probably in one of these like more lower income areas, I guess. And then we have a gym/pool. This is quite a big lot, so I thought just putting a gym here would be kind of boring, so we're gonna have like a whole pool. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be like the town pool area, kind of like Stranger Things vibes with the pool in season 3, but with a gym. So basically nothing like Stranger Things, but that's just the first thing that came to my head. So this is my overall plan for Willow Creek. I'm very excited to work on it. As I said, the first kind of things I have planned out are the daycare. I already have the Sims planned out that I'm going to put in here, and then also the BFFs. And the reason I have so much planned for the BFFs is because I am a big fan of the My Sims series, and the BFFs are originally Sims that were in My Sims. So Travis, Summer, and Liberty were originally from the My Sims games, and me personally, as a My Sims fan, I don't think they were done justice in The Sims 4. I think they deserve better lore, better makeovers, and better relationships with one another. So I am determined to fix them. I'm going to make them lore accurate. I'm going to make their house better. I'm going to actually give them real relationships, like in-game. Like, if you load in their household, they're all going to be good friends. Summer and Liberty are both going to have a crush on Travis. Like, it's going to be canon to the game rather than them just being acquaintances, which makes no sense to their lore at all. So although I have Willow Creek fully planned out, a kind of a way for me to not get too overwhelmed and burn out, I'm going to make sure that I don't kind of limit myself to just working on Willow Creek. So say I create like a really cool backstory or like lore for a household in Oasis Springs, I'm not going to stop myself from working on that household just because I've not finished Willow Creek yet. As satisfying as it would be for me to complete one town at a time and only work on one town at a time, I feel like that's a really easy way for me to get burnt out if I am like stopping myself from being creative. If I have a sudden idea in my head just because I've not finished a specific thing yet, I'm going to let myself be open and, you know, work on what I want. But the general goal is to work on one town at a time. So unless I do get like a crazy stroke of creativity or like imagination for a household in another town, I am going to be working on Willow Creek first. So speaking of which, the first thing we have to do to work on Willow Creek is bulldoze everything. So that's what we're going to be doing first thing. So this is current Willow Creek. It is very beautiful, but it's also very boring. The lots look cute from the outside, but as soon as you go inside, you're like, where is all the furniture? So we're going to have to get rid of absolutely everything. This is going to take quite a while, I fear. I'm going to quickly start off by favoriting all of the Willow Creek households so that I don't lose them, because they are going to have to be evicted temporarily. I'm sorry, I had to do it. And now we bulldoze. So here is Willow Creek all flattened and bulldozed, ready for me to build on and create all by myself. Just as some info as well, the vibe I'm going to be going for here is going to be inspired by New Orleans architecture in America. I did some research because this is kind of the vibe that Miss Lollipop Sims went for too, and I did not want it to seem like I was just completely copying her and ripping off her ideas, especially considering I have gone for a couple of similar lots in this town that she has. But I researched, and Willow Creek is actually just based off New Orleans anyway, and I want to make sure I keep the theme that EA kind of decided so that the kind of unplayable houses still match the vibe, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain what I mean, but basically, you know how like down here you have houses like here and here and here and here. Obviously this is a custom map, but in the actual game there are like buildings that you can't actually like interact with. They're just there for decoration and like aesthetics. I want my builds to still match the aesthetic of the fake buildings, I guess, so it all looks cohesive. We're gonna stick to that New Orleans style. Bearing in mind, I'm a random girl from Manchester in England. I don't know anything about New Orleans style. I don't know anything about American architecture to start with. So it's going to take a lot of research, but I'm determined to get it as accurate as I can. Just have fun with it though. Like, it's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? It's Sims 4 save file. It's just for fun. Okay, so we now have this completely empty town, but we still have some setting up to do. Okay, so we're back here with my little placeholder sim because we're going to mess around with some game settings and also mod settings to make my game work rotationally the way I want it. So I'm going to be going off of Pleasant Sims rotational gameplay setup. I might be like swapping some things around that I don't necessarily want. Also, eventually once I finish this entire save file, it will be up for download. You can change these however you want if you want to play with this. It's completely up to you. One of the first things that she changes is in gameplay options. So she changes auto age to only active household and also unchecks auto age for unplayed sims, which I like because it means that if I'm playing through a storyline in Willow Creek, none of my sims that I have added into Oasis Springs are going to age up and die before I get to play with them, which I like. I appreciate that. I think that is a good thing to add. Okay, there are a few things Pleasant Sims mentions about some other mods that they use, including bank accounts and utilities. I don't have those. And also they edit some things in Manage Worlds as well, which I'm going to have to go back to. It's just disabling neighborhood stories so that your sims don't have anything like any life-changing events whilst you're not playing with them, which I think is pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to have to quickly purchase a computer for some MC Command Center settings for this save. The one problem with changing all my MC Command Center settings is that this will apply across all saves, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, let me know. So I'm gonna have to go through Pleasant Sims settings and see which ones that I would like in this save file and I wouldn't mind having in my other saves. So I'm gonna edit some of these money settings. I like the pay child support. This is good. This is realistic. I like this, and I've never used this before, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to change this to unmarried only. We then have inheritance sim type. So we'll set to inheritance only applies when a played sim dies. I think that is good. I think. Pause the game each time a new zone is loaded. I think that would be useful. Okay, in here we have the option to enable full edit casts, which is good because that saves you having to change the cheat that every time you open your game. Same with this one here with testing cheats, that would be useful. Notification settings, aging/death notifications. We only care about the ones that we play with. Okay, with MC pregnancy we have show birth notifications, which is good for played only as well. Enable the details, and then we'll do the same for marriage. Okay, now we're gonna go into relationship settings, and in here we're going to enable allow teen pregnancy And also relationship culling, we're going to set to bypass. Okay, and then I think that's everything for MCCC settings. Obviously, if you want to mess around with your own ones, then go ahead. Also, the link for this guide by Pleasant Sims will be in the description for you to access as well if you need it. Okay, MC Cast. So let's go into offspring, use parent physical attributes, enabled, parent values, variant percent. Let's do 5, like it says on here. Use parent skin tones, enabled, use parent skin details, enabled, and bypass blue babies, yes please. Okay, next is MC career. So the only thing we change in here is bypass played households. So when this is enabled, Sims 4 will bypass all played Sims households. When it is disabled, it will bypass only... Okay, I don't really know what that means. We're going to turn it on, and if I don't like it, then we'll turn it back off. Okay, MC cleaner. Apparently in here we can do item cleaner and then sync glasses. Yes, please. That is amazing, because that will then mean that any Sims that wear glasses or have eyelashes in the glasses category will have that on every single outfit no matter what. That is amazing. I wish I knew about that before. Next is neighborhood cleaner. Sync household names. Oh, absolutely. That's really helpful too, because the amount of times I have random townies that get married and they have like 6 different surnames in their family. I'm like, what has gone wrong here? Okay, next up is MC dresser. Okay, facial hair settings. Facial hair percents. Young adult percent 20. So this gives like a chance of young adults aging up and then having facial hair, which I quite like. I never knew that existed. Female after career outfit set to everyday. Same with male after career outfit. Replace situation outfits. Oh my god, I wish I knew all this existed in MC Command Center. My game would have been so much cleaner, so much sooner. So city walk by situations. So this makes sure that just random Sims that walk by are going to be wearing their everyday outfit rather than just like their swimwear or something, which is amazing. Okay, date situations. We'll switch to party so that the people go out on dates in their party wear, which I think would be quite cute. Then we have rain walk by situations. Also everyday. University situations. We can change all of these, really. Yeah, so let's change up these. So for the Spice Festival, I think people should wear their party wear. Same with the Romance Festival. Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait for that. So now, whenever people actually show up to festivals and are walking around outside, they'll be wearing the correct outfit. Love that. Okay, next is MC Occult. So, aliens. We have abduction settings. Abduction start time. I quite like keeping it at 10 p.m. to be fair. Pleasant Sims changes it to 8 p.m, but I'm going to keep it at 10 because I don't really like my Sims getting abducted because it does break my game a lot of the time. Like, the aliens, like, make my game crash. So, I'd rather have a less, like, a shorter amount of time where my Sims can get abducted. Do I want teens to be abducted? I guess... I guess teens are gonna get abducted now. I mean, I guess it'd be funny. Allow NPC abductions, that would be quite funny. Abduction pregnancy percent in young adults. I'm gonna keep it 30. I don't want it to be high, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd like it to be lower for elders actually, and I don't really want my teen Sims being pregnant by aliens, not gonna lie. I also really like the fact that only men can get pregnant by aliens. I'm gonna leave that. Okay, next up we have vampires. So, vampires, we have risky vampirism. So this is disabled. We then have feeding percentages, ask for permission 25, compel for a small drink 30, compel for a deep drink 40, and drink uncontrollably 50. Okay, so that highs the chances of vampires biting Sims, but like in different ways, which I quite like. And then we have a vampire creation notification, which we're going to turn on. Okay, cool. So that's all the occult settings. I don't think that's been updated to like fairies and everything. So, you know, or maybe they just don't care. I don't know. Okay, so moving settings. Allow homeless move-in, disabled. Moving settings, homeless apartment percent 0. So this just gives you more control on who's living where, I suppose. Okay, I like this. All right, let's not have aliens night. Let's not have bear night. Let's not have ghost night or night night. Let's just keep singles, ladies, and guys so that it's more realistic. Other settings, bypass sim culling. I don't really know what that means, but we'll do it. Bypass clown walk by. I've never even seen that, but yes, please. I don't want to see a clown. Okay, next we have MC pregnancy, and there are a lot of settings to mess around with MC pregnancy, so this might take a while. Okay, so I think this is just kind of to make sure that random Sims in like the world aren't getting married and stuff without your control, which I do quite like because I also hate it when that happens in my normal Let's Plays anyway. Like, I hate it when my past generations will randomly get divorced and married to a new person. Like, I did not consent to this. Like, why are you doing that? So let's fix some of this stuff. We then have marriage percentage. So teen should be 0. We don't want teens getting married. Young adult we're setting to 0 too, just to stop random sims from getting married. And I think that's just the same for all of these, which I do agree with. Okay, now we're going into offspring. Inherit trait type, inherit random number. Okay, now other marriage, we have rename same gender, and also, and use traits for marriage. I don't know what any of this freaking means. Allow pregnancy aging. This is to say, so they enable this. I agree with that actually, because I don't like how my sims always end up being different ages because my female sims get pregnant. So I do agree with that. Poor sims pregnancy, played sims. Okay, so next up we have MC tuner. Change interaction. Oh my god, no way you can turn. I wish I knew you could turn the monster under the bed off. I would have done that so long ago. Autonomous proposals enabled. Oh, that'd be fun. Autonomous repairs, yes please. And then finally we have MC woohoo to edit. So woohoo actions allow teens enabled, seeing as they can get pregnant. Use fertility in risky, which is under woohoo pregnancy. This is enabled. The only thing is that it says that they leave risky woohoo percentage at 0 since they also use a relationship and pregnancy overhaul mod, which takes care of the risky percentage and requires that it's set to 0 in MCCC. So I might also leave it at 0 then, because I also have the relationship and pregnancy overhaul mod, so I don't want to mess anything up, so I'm going to leave it at 0. I like the try for baby percent. Okay, woohoo reactions, bed sharing, enabled. Anonymous woohoo's already disabled, already enabled, sorry. And use woohoo skill enabled. Okay, and that is all of the MC Command Center settings complete. I'm going to quickly check my RPO settings. Okay, so this is birth control failure rate. So if the birth control fails, so like risky woohoo, they have a 5% chance of getting pregnant. I'm going to raise that to 10, just for funsies. Okay, so that is the end of my first episode, I guess, on my Sims 4 Savefile diaries. Not a super duper fun, creative, imaginative one, but you know, the setup and kind of like a tutorial if anyone else wants to kick off a save file. All links that I have used in this video will be down below, including the spreadsheet, setup guide for MC Command Center and game settings, and also Miss Lollipop Sims video on this too, because she goes through all of this stuff as well, probably a lot better than I do, so you might want to check hers out as well if you're planning on doing this. In the next episode of my Save File diaries, I think I'm going to be working on the BFF household. I'm going to be giving them all makeovers and probably working on their house to give them the lore accurate makeover they deserve. So if you're looking forward to that, then please subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.